the final game in the quarterfinals, and here we go.
And we're off. It is a Queen's Pawn opening, and the London system, something that we heard a lot about from Liam Kwang-le earlier on today.
Okay.
And you sound excited, Jovanka.
I am excited because it's the strategy that you kind of highlighted, that keeping all the pieces on the board. Artemiev is going for the long drawn-out variation where he's just going to play quickly and, flag Hikaru.
Yep, and Hikaru, he knows that he can't rely just on the clock to survive, so therefore he pushes a pawn. He's trying to create some tension in the centre, maybe going slightly aggressive from the black side, taking as much space as possible. And the first one to flinch, the first one to pause, really is Artemiev.
Yeah, and he shouldn't do this.
OK, but the clocks, have they frozen? No, the clocks haven't frozen. OK, Artemiev still thinking, 25-second think.
Okay.
And he moves a bishop for the second time in the opening. That's breaking a few rules. Normally, you only want to move each piece once.
Okay.
And black easily blocks that check.
OK, well, now we have maximum tension in the centre as white challenges absolutely everything. And pawn takes pawn on the board.
I don't like it for Artemiev as white, mostly because his clock advantage is gone, but also things are getting traded. The position is becoming easier for black to handle. It's less tense now, and therefore easier to play when lower on the clock. So white bringing his knight out. Black's temporarily a pawn up, but white can recapture that pawn on that left side anytime he wants. So Nakamura, he needs to get his king to safety. If he can do that, I think he's going to make the draw.
OK.
Black king needs to run away. It's not safe in the centre yet.
Well, he's using up some time on his clock, David. 3 minutes left. And it seems to me it's quite a normal move to actually just develop the dark square bishop and get the king...
OK,
wow.
he plays a move he didn't expect. So I said white can retake the pawn, grab the pawn back anytime he wants. Hikaru says no. That black bishop has now entrenched itself in white's territory, attacking white's rook and defending the pawn behind it. Wow, ambitious stuff by Hikaru. It does come at the cost of development, though, piece development, and black's king still in the centre might provoke white, Artemiev needing a win, into sacrificing, leaving his rook attacked. If you move the rook with white, if you get out of the eye line of that bishop, then you've lost time. So maybe you just jump into the centre with your knight, and he's done it.
He's done that. OK, so, Hikaru respected that plan, and that's why he's attacked the light-squared bishop, because that pin was a little bit uncomfortable.
So Hikaru...
What should you do? I mean, I'm looking at bishop takes knight because...
What else?
What else to do? And then knight takes bishop. But maybe this is a little bit accommodating. And when I look at the time difference...
It's gone.
It's almost gone. 3 minutes for Artemiev.
Yeah.
And,
has to win.
Also 3 minutes for Hikaru. And, of course, you have to remember, Artemiev has to win.
Yeah. And remember the last game as well, Artemiev was low on the clock very early, and Hikaru was using that to his advantage. So we do see a trade. Bishops and knights have been traded, actually 2 sets each of bishops and knights. And now white is in the lead in development.
Yeah.
That is the key. Everything else is balanced, but black's king is still in the middle. It still needs 2 moves. You need to move the black bishop and then scoot your king over to the corner.
But what's Artemiev thinking? Because he should just be centralising his rooks. Move those rooks to the open lines. Don't just use the clock time. OK.
OK, he's accepted an isolated pawn, so white recapturing with his pawn there, rather than going into an endgame by taking that pawn back with his queen. So no queen trade. But, now there's only 1 move before black makes a new... before black castles away.
What do you think about this move? You know, Artemiev really striking in the centre, pushing the pawn.
He had to do it before it was too late. If he hadn't played that move, if he hadn't opened things up, black's king would run away. And, whoa, the evaluation bar says white is winning.
What?
White's queen dodges. I'm surprised it says it's winning, because it looks good for white. White's about to regain a pawn, but... I didn't see it there. Maybe there were other squares you could have gone to with the white queen, but right now, white's about to regain his pawn. Black finally castled, however. Yeah,
and rook takes pawn. There's nothing to think about.
You could maybe take another pawn with the white queen right now.
OK, but
that's
then
a bit tempting.
Just do it then.
He just has to decide,
Just don't spend too much time on the clock, because look at it. He has less time than Hikaru.
Yeah, he's lower on the clock now. Whoa, OK, Hikaru's allowed the black queen to be attacked. Look at all of white's pieces. The rooks, the queen, the bishop, they're all on fantastic squares. It feels like white has the advantage, but maybe black can neutralise that with accurate play. Right now, white's bishop is attacked by the black queen. Just defend that bishop, push a pawn, defend it, or move it back. Artemiev's time...
OK, he's pushed a pawn forward.
Yeah. His time advantage has disappeared. But remember, Artemiev is the bullet king. He's even beaten players like Magnus Carlsen in the past in bullet chess, 1-minute chess. So he's capable, but it's going to be a race. I think this one is not even going to come down to the board. Of course, Nakamura wants to hold there, but he might well play for the clock. OK, White's rook on the 7th rank.
That's good. We approve.
Yeah. Black's bishop has to move out the way. Or maybe you can defend it. Ooh,
but if
if
the bishop moves out of the way, then suddenly 2 white rooks will be on the 7th row.
Yeah, we're going to see it. Look at those 2 white rooks lined up. Black are desperately begging for a queen trade. That's the only way he can save this game now.
And the queen trade has happened.
So Black needs to trade off one of those rooks, eliminate one of them. Together, 2 of them are too strong on that 7th row. OK,
now Artemiev thankfully speeding up.
Yeah, White has a big advantage here because if you compare the rooks, White's rook active, attacking pawns, Black's rook stuck, defending his own pawns. He's trying to go active now.
It's not just that, it's kings as well. Just take a look. The white king can make a beeline towards the centre and start attacking vulnerable pawns.
Yeah, nice technique there from Artemiev. He's fixed all of Black's pawns on dark squares, so those pawns on dark squares will be easy pickings for the white bishop later on. And, OK, he attacks Black's bishop. Next move, White's king's going to enter the centre. What do you think? Winning for White? Winning. On the board, at least.
Yeah, winning on the board. OK, in terms of clock time, Artemiev has 1.5 to Hikaru's just under 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Nice move by Artemiev. He offers a rook trade. If the rooks come off, White is just winning. White's king is better than the Black king. It's happened. No chance now for Nakamura.
King takes pawn.
Yeah, he's a pawn down. White king is way better than the Black king. This is just easy for White, and with more than a minute on the clock, this should be sufficient. Black's king can not do anything. White's king is going after that pawn as well. He's about to be 2 pawns up. Take that pawn, trade it off.
Yep.
And,
look how quick suddenly Artemiev is.
He's woken up Artemiev on the clock. He's 20 seconds up as well. No chance for Nakamura.
No.
He's going to be regretting choosing the black pieces now. It took him too long to defend, and unable to defend on the board. And on the clock, not working either. OK, all White needs to do is step his pawn forward at the right moment. He uses his king first. Nakamura resigns. Artemiev is through to the semi-final.
Wow, what a quarter-final match between these two. That was so